Hello, it's Julie from World Wellness Weekend, and I have a question for you. We're 6 days into the challenge, and I would love to know how emotionally ready you are and prepared to take on the goals that you've set yourself. I mean, if you are hesitating or wavering, being emotionally unprepared could be one of the fastest ways to sabotage your success, especially if you're trying to launch yourself headlong too soon into action. So I've been doing some reading and research, and today I want to share with you how the process and progression of change doesn't necessarily run in a straight line. It can sometimes be circuitous. And I want to sort of share with you some of the things to look out for and to give you some tips so that you can keep on track. So one day you could be taking great strides forward. The next you might find yourself losing your nerve or your focus, or just basically running out of steam. And this will cause you maybe to hesitate. Or maybe you might just stumble backwards, and quite possibly you might find yourself having to start all over again. Now, this may come about because you've tried sort of to leapfrog over the groundwork before you get to the action your desired changes. So it's really important to give the right amount of time to the processes that we've talked about, so that contemplating the change and preparing for it, because these are the steps that are going to give your change efforts the greatest chance for success. Then, as I talked about before, you will need to count on at least 6 months of sustained action until it finally becomes what we call a stable habit. And then that will kind of like transition you into making it a permanent part of your lifestyle. So ask yourself now, what is my state of readiness to change? And here are some tips to help you decide which phase you're in and whether you need to give yourself a little bit more time before you're moving to the next one. So if you are sort of like toying with the idea of change, but you're not yet aware or convinced of its potential advantages, and you cannot seem to make any real plans, you may be in a pre-phase of contemplation. So try thinking at least once a day about the benefits you would be experiencing from your behaviour change and what the results would be if you didn't make the changes. Now, thinking about the changes will help you get used to the idea of actually making them, and it may just open up your mind to new possibilities. So you'll be in the next phase when you are seriously contemplating making a change. You're no longer opposed to that change, and you can imagine doing it, and you're more aware that it might be worth the effort. However, you might still be sitting on the fence, finding yourself perhaps being more open to information, and you could be thinking about taking action, but you haven't done it yet, because perhaps you don't know how to get started. That's one of the things as well. Or you may say to yourself, oh, I haven't got the skills for that, or I don't feel confident about it. So really work on trying to build your enthusiasm for change. I mean, visualize your life, what it would be like after the change. Then as you transition, you may find keeping a journal or making a vision board representing the changes could be something really helpful for you. And if you're finding it a struggle, you could seek the support of a coach or a mentor or a counsellor. Maybe you could find a support group of people like yourself who are wanting to make the change but are a little bit stuck, or people who've already made the change and they can help you through it. Because I think, hearing their success stories can be really inspiring and also reassuring too. I think it's also important to set a date ahead of time when you want to officially start your planned change, because in that way you'll get what we call all your ducks in a row. And that might be making some adjustments to your home or work life schedules to actually incorporate that. So what you're doing is just setting yourself up for success. And that could also mean, like, you need to get some supplies in, you need to get your friends and family on board, and you're going to say to them, right, I really want you to support me through this and really encourage me and lift me up. Now, the next stage is all about building confidence and identifying any potential challenges or threats, so you can, again, really prepare yourself in advance. Like, when a temptation comes along, how are you going to manage that? So you could really sort of go out there and sort of also look for information that might be helpful to you. And this would be when you find yourself, you're actively seeking information. So this is like a really good moment to say, well, am I really going out there? Am I doing a lot more research on the internet? So this could be a real positive sign that you're nearly ready to take those first steps of change. I would like to say as well that if you misjudge how ready you are, or you try to jump straight to action, you may get stuck in that particular phase that you're in, or you could swing back to a previous phase, like a phase of contemplation. And this could really undermine your confidence and sort of make you kind of like, should I try again? It didn't work the first time. But you'll know when you'll be moving forward from your preparation phase to your action phase, when basically, let's say, you've signed up with for those fitness classes that you've been talking about, or you've purchased your health club membership. So it's like you've physically taken some action. Or basically, you may have said, right, I'm going to clean out all of my cupboards and get rid of all of the things that are not serving me, that are not helpful to me, and I'm putting in place some new healthful, wholesome supplies. Even if you are still, let's say, experimenting in this phase, that's still positive because it will be moving you again closer to action. Well, that's enough for today. Tomorrow I'll share with you the next 3 phases, okay, so that's 3 phases in the change process. So thank you for watching, and don't forget to let me know how you're doing in the comments, or if you'd like some more support.